Okay, class, so for this chapter 10, alright, it's a simple chapter. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through the try yourself questions of those questions that we've already covered. Okay, so the first one, the diagram shows a parallelogram. Right, so you have your length and this is your side. Okay, but this is not the height, not the perpendicular height of the parallelogram. 9 is not. Okay, so your perimeter. Okay, you can write M, N, P, Q. Alright, so you know you have both sides, right? So you have 9 here, 9 here, 6 here, 6 here. So it's 2 bracket 9 plus 6, right? Because if I were to combine this together, I just need 2 sets of these two sides, right? 9 plus 6 times 2. Okay, so I shall get 2 times 15, I'll get 30. Okay, so very simple, parameter, just the total length of all the 4 sides. Okay, then part B, area. Now area, we need the perpendicular height. Now this is not perpendicular height. If I want the perpendicular height and use length times height, right, I need this height here, the one that is perpendicular to the base. But since I don't have it, I need to look at the other orientation. Okay, so the other orientation would be if I take 9 as the base, right, because I have this perpendicular height here, right, then if I take 9 as the base and 4 as my perpendicular height, then our formula is correct. Okay, so take note, for parallelogram you need the perpendicular height. You cannot use the sides of the parallelogram. Okay, so this is why we cannot use 6 times 9, because 9 is not a perpendicular height, but 4 is a perpendicular height. Okay, so area of MNPQ, okay, 4 times 9, and we will get 36. Okay, so the units are cm square. Alright, okay, so let's go on to the next one. Okay, so try yourself 2 in the diagram. PQRS is a parallelogram, right? And they want us to find the area of the parallelogram. Okay, so since this is a parallelogram, we know that all these sides are parallel. So if here is 12, this is also 12, right? So we can find the area because we have the base length with the perpendicular height. Okay, so area of PQRS, right? So I'll take 5 times 12, 60 cm. Right, so quite simple. Now they want us to find the length of RN. Okay, and they say that this triangle is extrapolated from here. Right, so what they are trying to say is they want to find this. If I can turn this around, is there a way to turn this around? Okay, if you need to invert your rotate this shape this way, right? So if you rotate it this way, what you will get is a shape like this. Okay, and this is your N and your R, right? And this is your S, your P, your Q. No, this is your Q. Okay, so we know that this is 12, this is 12, and this is 6. Okay, now if you look at this, right, the reason why we can find this length is because this length here is the perpendicular length to 6, SP, right? So what do we learn about area of parallelogram? It's always the base, right, multiplied with the perpendicular height. So in part 1, we found that the area is 60. After rotating this parallelogram, right, we can still find the area using this height here, this perpendicular height here, multiply with 6. H times 6 should also give us 60, right? So based on the orientation of the parallelogram, we can either find it with this long base times this perpendicular height, or we can find it with the short base times this perpendicular height, right? And this perpendicular height is your Rn, right? So this is a work backwards. So area PQRS, which we found is already 60 cm, okay, but this time our formula will be Rn multiplied by 6 equals to 60 cm. So if Rn times 6 gives you 60, right, that means if I want to find Rn, right, it means that I need to divide by 6, okay, because Rn times 6 is 60, so 60 divided by 6 will give me Rn, which is 10 cm, right? Okay, so hope it helps. If you can, rotate your worksheet so that you can see this orientation to better understand how to find the answer for this. Okay, let's move on.